is mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece. That mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't panic surround me. I'm corrupted. Flow cold.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New England Patriots and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Set 60 Pittsburgh. Hey, Foxtrot. Get the ball right here. Let's go. 52's the mark, boy. 52. Now.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A gain of 37. Well, how about a deep ball on the first play from scrimmage, putting that secondary on notice?
Brandon, all I remember when I was a player is that we always took a test the night before the game about teams' tendencies and what they plan to do. I'm not sure we think deep ball right out of the gate and putting us back on our heels.
Hey, team 6. 5.
Back to throw now on first down. Looking left side, and it's complete. That one good for 13 at a New England first down. Pretty good start there on plays 1 and 2.
And not discriminating at all, is he? Make sure he's spreading it around on the first 2 throws of the game. 2 different parts of the field as well.
Look at me. Zipper. Hey, Alpha. 52. 52. Tighten up. Pull together.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Hey, Delta. Undercrunch. You're my 52. Please grip.
He'll drop to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Well, CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down.
Mike 20. Blue waiting. Check tight. Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Watch it.
Now on second and 16. Winston. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
Mike 54. Mike 54. I got it. 5-0. Let's go.
They'll run on first down. Jones. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From just shy of midfield, Winston. And a big loss loss here as he's taken down. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An extra quarter comes on now for the Patriots D on third down. Now Winston. Airing this one out for Evans. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. One interception. It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They'll drop to throw. He's going to fire this thing deep right side. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
On second down now, it's Jones. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 28. You must be getting tired of seeing me. Hey, number 28, Mike, he's coming. Check in. White. 6. Here we go.
Winston from the gun on third down. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
3rd and 4 is always a tough call. Maybe a little too long to run for it, but not too long to hit him on the quick slant. And that was well executed. Found the window and zipped it right in there.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On first down, Jones. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
On second down, it's Jones. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Check 9, check 9. Bravo. 52. Let's go, D.
2nd and 5. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 45-yard line. Well, last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Michel. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run it. This is Michel. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. You mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
On 2nd down, Michel. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd.
Hey, Echo.
Back to throw here. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. Way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things out.
On 2nd and 9, Winston nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeaed double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, Winston. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have him set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Michelle going to try again. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
This Tampa Bay defense, they held strong on the first 2 plays. Now 3rd and goal. And they will run it with Michelle. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. Well, if this defense can hold them to a field goal here, what a win that would be.
Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. But this started with 1st and goal, so they were in 4-down territory right from the beginning. I say you finish it off and go for the touchdown.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
They're going to need some therapy after this.
Winston. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The Bucs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Winston. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 45-yard line.
Ready, blue ready. 51, Mike, 51. Here we go, G. Here I come.
They'll run it with Jones. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
It's caught. Jones. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So with a big gainer anyways, he'll go ahead and take that instead of the pass interference call.
They didn't need the penalty. It would have been different, right, if they had somehow lost some yardage somewhere, but they did not. Gained all they could, down at the spot of the foul. Nothing to be gained by taking the penalty.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Jones. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go down as a loss of 9 on the first down play.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Throwing on 2nd and long. Winston. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
A 47-yard.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
52 the mic. Hey, pick it up, defense.
2nd and 10. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Jones. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Ready? You ready? Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Let me go.
3rd and long for Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Derek Rivers has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. This is taken around the 12. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Here we go.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. And a nice job there defensively to contain him and get him to the ground a few yards short of the first down marker. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On the ground is Michel. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
6-6, pull it high.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 34-yard line.
Ready, set. 52. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Topper. Hey, Charlie. 5.
2nd and 11. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with a game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
They'll go again to Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On 3rd down, Winston. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
On the ready.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. 25 yards that time.
It's a gain of 25 yards.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
218, chop. Here I come again. Good. Hey, Jet.
They'll set up to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Winston. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
They'll try to get this offense going with Michel. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Man, that's trash. That's trash. Hey, look, 361. Matchbox white. Jam. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Let's go.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Check three.
They'll look to throw here. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Patriots have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Tight ends right. Watch tight.
They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I have to think a major focus at a halftime means had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, Oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard.
Give me that. Give me that. Easy. Hey, number 28, Mike, he's coming. Check in. Check back.
Draw play, Winston to Jones. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
After the run by Jones, here's first and 10.
Get him.
Play action now, Winston. Flushed out right. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. He lost 6 there on the first down play. So now they operate back from their side of the field here, second and long. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. The Bucks on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 14. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop. A man down on the return. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Winston to throw for it on 4th. And no, it's incomplete. The Bucks try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. The Pats at the line ready to go. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going. And above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucks have a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. They'll try to throw now. Winston. Flush to his right. He finds his target. It's Evans. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
Are we really in the second half here? And this is the first time we've seen Jameis Winston connect with Mike Evans?
Yeah, you know that they missed that in the first half. Up until this point, they've really missed it, haven't they?
I think that's a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now.
Now Jones. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Ronald Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Bucs are going to retake the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Hey, foxtrot. Tighten up.
Here's 2nd and 8. He completes this one to Mack. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he finds Howard complete. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
You got motion man right there. 52's the Mike. Watch Mike.
Back to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Mack. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That one good for 13 at a New England first down. An update now, they've gone final in Jacksonville. And it was the Seahawks who were able to take home the victory there. If they could win that game, it would mean win number 11 for them on the season. He'll look to throw. That's to his running back, Sony Michel. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Sony Michel in the final minute. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute. Point after, right down the middle. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages, as a field goal now can only tie it. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Now they're just trying to do anything possible to try and get the ball downfield and get into field goal range.
And with that clock dwindling, they felt the need to take a pretty big shot there. Unfortunately, couldn't complete it. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. He's back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
At their own 47-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We've got a plane to catch.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock.
And the Patriot first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Yo, go! 57's the mic. 80 weapon. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. 49, check 49. Ready?
Now Michelle. And I think this defense knew what was coming, as he is smothered behind the line. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. This one from 46 yards out. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Patriots, the win moves them to 12-1 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next.
S-T-R-O. Yeah.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O. I ain't come to play with you.
Yeah.
Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up.
Yeah.
I can't spend the day with you. I'm minding my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I'm made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support rod. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time. Another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winning side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I didn't grab the few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking